every single scene is drawn from reality, either what was narrated to me or what I saw myself. मैंने एक खोज शुरू करी कि ये जो फौज थी, इसके जो सर्वाइवर्स हैं, वो अगर मिल जाए हमें, अगर उनके साथ हम जाके ये पूरी कहानी फिर से दोहरा पाएँ, तो इट विल बी अमेजिंग. एंड दैट्स हाउ द हंट स्टार्टेड एंड वी मैनेज्ड टू ट्रैक डाउन कैप्टन Lakshmi Sehgal, who was the commander of the women's regiment, Rani Jhansi Regiment, and we tracked down Colonel Gurbakht Singh Dhillon, who was of the famous Red Fort trials, the trio Dhillon, Sehgal, Shahnawaz. He was the only sole surviving member. And they were both 86 at that point in time. And we went to them and said, हम चाहते हैं कि आप हमारे साथ वापस चलें बर्मा. And they said, मैं पागल हूँ, मतलब ये कौन, मतलब they said, हम जंग के 5 साल बाद, 10 साल बाद, 15 साल बाद तक हमने सोचा था कि हम बर्मा वापस जाएंगे, लेकिन बर्मा had shut down. And now after 55 years, somebody was coming to them and saying, come with us to Burma. But I think because for them, they've often said that nothing before and nothing after those 3 years, 1942 to 1945, could ever match up in their life. Despite the fact that they were 86, they got excited about it. And they said, okay, we'll go on this trip. And that's what became part of The Forgotten Army, the documentary, and ultimately led to this series. The first episode takes place in Singapore in 1942. And Shonan is the name that the Japanese had named Singapore after they had taken over. Shonan Japanese mein has City of Lights. So isliye I thought that would be an apt title for episode number 1. So in web series, I'd always heard about this writer's room, and I was really curious about it all the time, sitting with them, ideating, bouncing off ideas. And that's how Hiraz and Shubhra came into my life. It was a very fruitful collaboration.
हमारे लिए story linear थी नहीं, because somewhere in his life that rupture happens and his life just stops. So I feel like we made a creative, intuitive decision to tell it in a non-linear fashion, because that's the kind of story it was.
Even if you're doing a period film, it needs to definitely have a resonance and relevance in today.
Also, in terms of character, you are with young Sodhi in one story, but you're also with a broken Sodhi in the older version of him.
I think the city of Singapore is really what connects. Like old Sodhi, he comes here, he looks like he has a lot of baggage with this place. Something happened here which we are not privy to. And then when we see young Sodhi there, you start connecting the dots.
ये रिलेशन सारी एक बिल्कुल साइलेंस से शुरू हो जाती है. इस ग्रैंडसन को मैंने देखा भी नहीं कभी, जाना भी नहीं कभी, लेकिन मुझे लगता है वो एक ड्रामेटिक पॉइंट है जहाँ से आप शुरू करते हैं. एंड फाइनली he sees his interest in this grandchild, almost a reflection of his youth.
Old Sodhi and Amar, very interestingly, they don't begin on a good note. They don't get along well, but that moment of the bike is quite magical because they just bond. And to Amar, I think, old Sodhi becomes very interesting from the moment he sits on the bike.
आप बाइक चला लेते हैं?
It was a very comfortable relationship working with this boy, wonderful boy. और धीरे-धीरे आइस ब्रेकिंग जैसा होता है उनके बीच में, और प्रेजेंट से कैसे वो पास्ट की तरफ ले जाता है, वो कैटलिस्ट बन जाता है.
जूनियर सोडी इंट्रोड्यूस होता है एपिसोड 1 में. सो ह्यूमरस चीज का वहां पर है कि वॉर जोन पे तैनात किया गया उनको, लेकिन कुछ करने को नहीं है. मच्छरों के अलावा वहां पर और कोई है नहीं उनके साथ, तो क्रिकेट खेल लेते हैं. जापानीज पीपल जो इंडियंस को लगा था कि नहीं आ पाएंगे, वो साइकिल पे आ जाते हैं अटैक करने के लिए.
The Japanese general Yamashita actually took his men, landed way up north in the Malay Peninsula, apparently stole or just grabbed 27,000 cycles from the Malay population and came cycling down. So the conventional wisdom was that above Singapore are just miles and miles and miles of the famous Malay rubber plantations. Now rubber plantations, the trees are planted in a certain pattern and a certain distance. So everybody is saying that jeeps can't pass through them, let alone trucks. How will the Japanese ever come? But they came on cycles. That was for me one of the most exciting images to create and capture. Again, there's a lot of VFX in that, but there's also a very large number of actual people who were trained. I think we brought in some 500 cycles of being period correct. It's not easy cycling. It's not a road. You're cycling through a jungle, and that's how that for me, one of my most favorite shots when the camera lifts up and you suddenly see these thousands of Japanese soldiers on cycles going through the rubber plantations happens. I think all that, in a certain sense, it became like a constant workshop or boot camp for the actors, because every morning they would get up, sit in these vehicles, travel for an hour, and then go trudging through the jungles with their guns and their backpacks, and then finally get to the scene. So all came together because every day we would actually be going to war and making the show.